Well, to quote Dan Rayfield, the Oregon Attorney General, a federal judge's order late on Saturday blocking Donald Trump and the Trump administration from taking over the Oregon National Guard under the false pretense that there is some sort of insurrection or rebellion going on in Portland, which there is not a minor procedural point for the president to work around like my 14-year-old does when he doesn't like my answers, because we have an update. I was going to make this hot take all about, for starting Monday morning, the order by Judge Immergut, who ruled against the Trump administration much the way that her brethren, Judge Breyer in California, did about the California National Guard. But now we've got the California National Guard being sent by Donald Trump, like a 14-year-old, no, a 9-year-old, to Oregon because Donald Trump doesn't like the order of the federal judge, which prevented him from taking over the Oregon National Guard. So now Oregon is going to be amending its complaint. Donald Trump's already taken an appeal to the Ninth Circuit, the same Ninth Circuit that's already made rulings about the California takeover. So Donald Trump is doubling and tripling down, and it's coming to a head in Oregon. He picked the wrong judge for this, although she was not the original judge for this case. The original judge, Michael Simon, set a very quick briefing schedule, but then after a phone conference with the parties...
Good morning. This is Elder G again. As you can see, the evil man that's in the White House, the devil spawn, Donald J. Trump and Mike Johnson. Mike Johnson claimed that Jesus came to him and spoke to him personally. And Mike Johnson is one of the most evil little weasel I ever seen. Him and Donald Trump. See, Mike Johnson is educated. Mike Johnson know better. Mike Johnson is the Speaker of the House. It's his number one job to know the Constitution. And Mike Johnson is a weasel. He's a con man. That's why Shreveport, Louisiana is so poor, because Mike Johnson don't care nothing about no Louisiana. All Mike Johnson care about is money and power. That's all he cares about. Mike Johnson and Donald Trump them is trying to start a civil war. Donald Trump break all of these laws. The judge tell him don't send National Guard. He go to another state and try to get National Guard. Everything he do, he go run to the Supreme Court because he know that the Supreme Court with the 6 MAGAs is bought and paid for. He know that. That's why he send them on their vacation and give them rides on private jets and everything, because he know how greedy and selfish, precious white people is. He know that they don't care about nobody but themselves. Like I always say in my video, all white people ain't bad. There's some good white people. I'm making the distinction between good white people and bad white people. Donald Trump is evil. I never seen, like I told you before, in my lifetime, a 68 year, I never seen such evil. You know, since I was born, understood what evil was. I never seen such evil. I never seen a man that's working for the taxpayers. Those people that he's throwing on the ground, those people that being snatched out of cars, those are all the people that help pay his salary, that help pay the FBI salary, and the National Guard, and the governors and mayors, and police forces, and build all the jailhouses, and buy all the weapons. He using the weapons that we buy and the money that we pay them, he used those people to turn against us. And they are any National Guard person that know they don't have to follow an unlegal order. But you can see how they loving it. When they snatching people out of the car, they about to rip their arms off. They throwing them all on the ground, putting their knee on their back. They propelling out a helicopter, black helicopter over apartment building in black neighborhood, zip tying their children. That's some sad stuff. That's some sick stuff. But the more it continue, the more that the black and brown people is going to start going into the white neighborhood and start terrorizing the white neighborhoods. You know it's going to happen, right? You know eventually the black and brown people is going to get tired. They're going to get tired of being misused and abused. You're violating our constitutional rights. You know what's coming. You know that your community is going to start getting terrorized because that's the only thing that you understand. See, when I go on this video, I'm not going on this video trying to promote violence. I'm on this video trying to stop violence. I'm on this video trying to stop a civil war. But I think you know black people by now and brown people by now. We try to obey the law. We try to go by the rules. But you won't let us because of your evil and because of your hate. Watch when your white girl, daughters and sons start hollering and screaming in the middle of the night because somebody just broke into your, they holler with a mask on and with a weapon and throwing them all on the ground. You know that's going to happen eventually, right? You started this mess that wasn't even necessary. Black people wasn't doing nothing against the Constitution. Brown people wasn't doing nothing against the Constitution except trying to make a life for their family, just like any other man or woman would do. And you treating them like animals. You ain't going into the white neighborhoods. You ain't going into Beverly Hills. You ain't going into Santa Monica, or Pasadena, or Laguna Niguel, or all those places. You ain't going into Texas and Florida, your great white states that you call them, your MAGA states. You just going into Democratic states where a lot of black and brown people are, and you committing chaos. So the black and brown people is going to start committing chaos on your people. Let's see how you gonna feel then. I ain't telling nobody to commit no violence. I'm a man of God. I believe in love. I believe in joy. I believe in peace. I believe in long suffering. But everybody don't believe the same way I do. Everybody that don't believe in God the same way I do. You're always talking about how black people doing in Chicago and New York and LA. And you going in there with the National Guard and ICE and terrorizing those communities. You're terrorizing those communities of the Democratic state where a majority of the black and the brown people live. You only bringing chaos on your white people. That's all you doing. Because some people are going to retaliate. Just like you call yourself retaliating, there are people that in the black and brown people that think just like you. There's people in the black and brown community that will act just like you. When your little precious white daughter is thrown all on the ground and somebody knee put in their back, oh, you're going to be hollering and screaming like a scared dog. But it ain't going to change nothing, because some people go by the Old Testament. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, a life for a life, a hand for a hand, a foot for a foot. There are some people out there, their religion believe in that, and those are black and brown people. White people, you have no idea what you're doing. When you see your daughter crying and hollering and screaming and tear gas being shot all in the eye, I don't want you to say not one word. I don't want you to say nothing, because ain't nothing that you say is going to mean anything to me. Over the last year, how I done saw you turn your mad dog loose on the black and the brown people. Don't you say a word. Just sit there and suck it up. Whatever they do to your little precious sons and daughters, you didn't think about that when you were doing it to the black and brown people. You didn't care about that when you was busting up. It ain't no hypothetical. It's what you done already done. It's what you done already done. Now you're trying to take away the subsidy for them to be able to afford the Affordable Care Act, what you call Obamacare. You're going to take away the subsidy where your premium for the low-income people that you done already took money out of their pocket with the tariffs. Talking about you're going to bail out the farmers. You're going to bail out with our dollar the very farmer that said that we ain't good enough for no welfare, that we ain't good enough for no food stamp, that we ain't good enough to get Medicaid. We ain't good enough to subsidize the Affordable Care Act for. And you're going to turn around and talking about you want welfare? The devil is a liar. You have no choice. You're forcing the black and brown people to defend themselves against their own government, against their own money, against the weapon that they bought. The weapon that you bought and the people you paying, you turning them on the black and the brown people in the Democratic states. You evil. And the Bible tell you whenever evil rise up like this, you just can't let evil just keep on, because it's going to grow. The Bible tell you every time the snake put his head up, you're supposed to crush it. That's what the Bible said. And Donald Trump and his administration is evil. As far as I'm concerned, and I'm a man of God, and I'm saying this, as far as I'm concerned, Donald Trump and his men, that's pure evil. And the Bible said, if suffer not the little children to come unto me, because the little children are just like angels in heaven. No matter what race you are, no matter what community that you in, if you hear Black Hawk helicopters over your apartment building, and you see men propelling down from rope with masks on and with tear gas and flash bomb, breaking up in your house without a warrant, zip tying your children, even little toddlers. People ain't committed no crime. You have went way over the line. You went way outside of God. I mean, but the Bible tell you all that stuff that you doing, somebody's gonna run something up in you too. Every dog is going to have his day. Somebody's going to run something up in you. Yeah, that little 4 years that you run around here. But just remember, in 3 years, that's going to be over. And somebody's going to run something up in you. Somebody is going to run something up in you.